Hello again. I want to just go through a very short video using Laragon so that we can install Laragon such that it works with PHPMyAdmin rather than the Heidi SQL database tool, which is its default. So some people had that problem in labs today, and it was easily solved if you know how to do it. So that's exactly what we're going to go through right now. So basically, the first step, I suppose, would be that you ensure that you've got Laragon downloaded. It's the full edition you want to ensure you've downloaded because, I mean, that's got everything on it, Apache server, MySQL database, PHP client, and it won't take up an awful lot on your machine. So assuming that that's been downloaded, just run it and we'll see that when we start our servers and the Apache servers, MySQL database run, we might want to look inside the database to make some administration of that, and it runs a, a tool called Heidi SQL instead. So you can see here's Heidi SQL running, and that's fine. It's a very good tool. It's an excellent tool, really nice to use, but it's not necessarily the standard you're going to come across. You know, when you're making these type of websites, the general industry standard will be PHPMyAdmin. In particular, if you are working online, for example, if you're actually even installing WordPress online through Black Knight Hosting, and they have their own control panel to let you work online. Generally speaking, those online tools will be PHPMyAdmin to make a database and whatnot. So there's not much point in us really dabbling outside of that realm for a course like content management systems. We want to use the industry standard and the most common version of the database admin tool, which will be PHPMyAdmin. So let's just show you how to fix that up right now. The way you do it is in Laragon, you can just go down to its widget and right click on the options. There's PHP option, settings, Apache settings, and MySQL settings. And you can see up here, there's two options for our database. You could even stop the SQL server running there, but generally speaking, we just leave them running all the time for all of our uses on this course. So Heidi SQL is its default. We don't want that. We want PHPMyAdmin. So you can just opt for PHPMyAdmin and you'll discover that you actually have to install it. So it brings us to this forum whereby we're supposed to generally download PHPMyAdmin and install it. And there's a few questions and answers on how to do that. So I'm going to pretty much do that for you right now. I'm not going to read through that tutorial. I'll just show you how to do this in a couple of minutes, and you should then follow along and do the same. So the first step you want to go to is phpmyadmin.net, and let's go to that and download the actual application we require. So there's the option there to download 502 all languages. Okay, you can see they're even asking for donations, which indicates it's an open source tool, so it is freely available, including the source code for it. But let's just look at the file that we download, and here it is: PHPMyAdmin 502 all languages. So I'm actually going to do this a little bit even quicker than what we did in the labs. I'm just going to open this using Windows and copy it into my own the specific directory where the installation exists. So here's how you do it. You just want to make sure you go into that file, locate where it is, and I'm not even going to extract it. I'm just going to open it with Windows. So open that with Windows Explorer to get access to that directory. Just open it. It's a trusted file. And you can see here's the directory that we're interested in right here. PHPMyAdmin 502 all languages. If you look inside that, you'll see there's all the installation files for PHPAdmin that we need to get into our Laragon directory somehow or another. So what we do is we just go back up one directory there like I did. I'll copy that and we're going to place that in this directory specifically right here. So here's the trick. So we go to C:, there's Laragon installed. Then we'll go into that directory. We want to go to etc. So click on the etc. Then within that directory, we see there's apps. So this is where all the Laragon apps are pretty much installed. And within that, we can see there is no PHPMyAdmin. That's why it's defaulting to Heidi SQL. So C, Laragon, etc. apps is the directory we're interested in. And just paste that exact file in there right now. So that takes a little while, so I'll just pause the video for a second. Right, so there we are. We're at the 100% mark. It's been fully copied into our directory that we're talking about, Laragon, etc. apps, and it's still named though with this PhpMyAdmin 502 all languages, which we don't necessarily want it named like that. We'll rename that so it is just called PhpMyAdmin. So delete those extra version number details there, which are not what we necessarily want. So there is the file. So the directory structure, we've pretty much made the installation of PhpMyAdmin by putting it in there. If you double click on it to check that all the files are there, we can see the installation is in there. So go back one, and that should be good to go for us now. So let's go back to Laragon and see how that goes down. So here's Laragon once again. Servers, we'll just stop them and restart them to make sure that these defaults are overridden. So the way we want to overwrite that is we just go back to the widget and just like before, right click on it, click MySQL and choose now PhpMyAdmin. Okay, so you'll see that it suddenly opens up directly this localhost / PhpMyAdmin. And normally when you do that, you would probably just run that from by clicking on database. You normally start your servers and just choose database here. So no longer is this going to hide the SQL, it's opening localhost and PhpMyAdmin, which is the one we want to be working with. Now PhpMyAdmin is asking us for a root password. That's fine. The root is the directory set we are getting access to. It's like where we're going to put these www files for our website on a server. And it doesn't require a password. It's just a username rather, because we are accessing the root. Remember, you're pretty much turned your machine into a server here. Your whole machine has become a local host. So PhpMyAdmin is asking us for at least that username. So click on Go, and that opens up the tool PhpMyAdmin. So there you have it. That's how you access PhpMyAdmin using Laragon, just by overwriting what's installed, and it no longer defaults to the hide SQL. So just to recap quickly on that, the main thing is to make sure you've located that directory C, Laragon, etc. apps, and ensure that PhpMyAdmin directory files are copied and therefore installed in there. So that's it. The next video will take a look at database creation and table creation, just like in the lecture today, and that'll be a recap on everything this week.